Diesel for steam. There is a branch line on the island of Sodor that runs from Wellsworth to Brendo. It is run by Edward the Blue Engine. Along this line, there is a scrapyard. Diesel would sometimes collect scrap and then take it to the smelter's yard. One day at Wellsworth Station, Edward was taking on water when Diesel oiled up. "You know what, Edward?" "What?" replied Edward. "It's a good thing that diesels use neither cold nor water to make us go. We only need diesel fuel," he said in his oily voice. "Go on," said Edward, not really caring. "Steamies have to race from one end of the island to another just to fill up on one type of fuel. It's all so insufficient. Diesels save a lot of time and bother just using diesel fuel and nothing else." "Says you," remarked Edward. "There once was a diesel that came to work at the China clay pits and he had teething troubles." "Teething troubles?" asked Diesel. "I mean that he had problems with his cooling system." Diesel gulped. Well, that diesel probably— "Sorry, Diesel," interrupted Edward. "I have to leave for my next train." Edward then puffed away. Later, Diesel was at the smelter's yard unloading a train of scrap. He was thinking of things to say to Edward when they next met. Then, Sir Topham Hatt arrived in his car. "Ah, Diesel. I just came to remind you that you and all the other diesels have to come to the diesel works to have your monthly engine checkup tomorrow." "I know, sir. I haven't forgotten," said Diesel, even though he had. "I'm glad you haven't," he said, and he drove away. Diesel sighed. His cooling system was old and had to have many of its parts replaced lately. He didn't want anyone, especially Edward, to know. The next day, Diesel started work. He again forgot his checkup at the diesel works. First, he went to Brendam Docks to collect a train of diesel fuel and took it to the Farquhar Quarry for Mavis. Then, he delivered trucks from the quarry to a construction site. Finally, he began to take another train of scrap to the smelter's yard. By the time he left off, Diesel was feeling very hot. "Oh no, my engine's overheating. I hope Edward doesn't see this." Just as Diesel purred into Wellsworth, his engine popped, sputtered, and eventually came to a halt by a water tower. Diesel's driver examined him. "Your cooling system is out of water. Fortunately, I don't see any leaks, but it's probably best that your engine stays off for a while." "What are we going to do?" asked Diesel. "I have an idea," said his driver. "Since we stopped by a water tower, we can fill up on water right here." "Oh, the shame," groaned Diesel. Just as his driver attached the hose to him, Edward puffed into the station. Well, said Edward. "I thought diesels don't use water. What next? Coal?" Edward began laughing. Diesel was in disgrace. But Edward, being the kind engine he was, decided to help Diesel all the way to the diesel works. Diesel is now careful about what he says about fuel. He never mentions water because Edward already told about Diesel's story to the other engines.